So today, we want to focus on that. What is it about the act of fasting, or what fasting teaches you to do, that has a daily impact on you for the rest of your life? Discipline. Some points from the crowd. Discipline in what avenues, Brother Darren? So the discipline can be applied into many different avenues in your life. Captain. Patient physically and mental patience. Sabr, discipline, very good.
Health benefit as well.
Sorry?
Health benefits.
Health benefits from?
Some of the diseases can be cured
with fasting? Yes. Other ideas out there about how the act of fasting has daily benefits for a Muslim, not just in the month of Ramadan, but every day. Anybody else? Control yourself, same avenue as discipline, same avenue as patience. Health. Okay? Huh? Say that again? Oh, my man.
That's really good point.
My man. What was that word that we talked about yesterday, the brother mentioned? GC. Do you remember what GC is? It's not the Gold Coast. GC is God consciousness. So boys and girls and everybody, remember that word. The number one thing that fasting rekindles in your heart is GC. In Arabic, taqwa, but I want to make it something understandable in English. God consciousness. That God consciousness drives the discipline that Brother Darren is talking about. That God consciousness, when you do the fasting how Allah wants it, you get the health benefits. That God consciousness teaches you what did you say, brother? That one of the takeaways was? Resilience? Just checking if you're awake. Okay. So this is how fasting teaches you. But now we're going to dive deeper and try and figure out how it teaches you that. So we all know these outcomes, but want to know how it teaches you that. The scholars, when they try to decipher the wisdom behind the prescription of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala of how you live your life, they often go back to the origin of things. So the origin or the basic definition of fasting, the basic definition is no food or drink or interaction between a husband and a wife from dawn until sunset. The basic definition. So the scholars look at that basic definition and go back to the Quran and say, where was this commandment or this act first presented to us in the Quran? And we're going to take you back to a simple story that everybody knows. Everybody here knows the story of Adam alayhi salam. What happened? Let's hear from the kids. What happened to Adam alayhi salam? The first creation. Let's hear from you. The sugar's cooking in, so the brain's working. Yeah? Were they allowed to eat anything else? Okay. So they were allowed to eat from everything except the forbidden tree. And then, keep going. Oh, mashallah. Very good. The young man has summarized the story quite nicely. Very, very nicely. But we'll go into a bit more depth because that's well done. He deserves another chocolate donut. But he might... But
you got a special present.
But his poor parents might not sleep tonight. Okay. So with the story of Adam alayhi salam, as we all know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about it in a bit more detail in various chapters in the Quran. But one of them talks about the specific details of the sequence of events. So we all know the general one where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam alayhi salam. Now let's pay attention. The first commandment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Adam alayhi salam was to, let's hear it. What was it? Was to Kulu, eat. It's actually eat. Kulu minha halalan tayyiba. Eat from everything that is allowed in Jannah except the forbidden tree. Now, why is that significant? It's significant for the psychology of a Muslim to understand that when Allah made the first commandment to Adam, eat from this range and don't eat from that range, it tells you that eating and what you do with eating and how much you eat and the times that you eat and the manner you obtain food is something that is fundamental in the life of a human being. So when we think about discipline that comes from fasting, we often think about controlling yourself. But the Indonesian and the Malaysian community are quite good at controlling their stomach, I must say. But if you go to other Muslim communities, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. Discipline on food is non-existent in the Muslim psyche. But if you want a reminder of how significant it is, remember the story of Adam alayhi salam. The first commandment given to Adam alayhi salam was to eat from what is halal and abstain from the one thing that is haram. Telling you, O sons of Adam, that from that time until the day of judgment, this area of your life, which is food and how you get food and where you get it from and what to eat and so on, is a significant part of you being a human being. We all know that. But governing that area and disciplining it is also paramount. So it's no point of you focusing on acts of worship and letting control of your stomach, letting go of control of your stomach. Has anybody heard the hadith about how Prophet ﷺ warns from the lack of discipline regarding the stomach? I'll refresh everybody's memory if you don't know. Prophet ﷺ said, the worst container. Who knows the hadith? The worst container. Hands up who knows the hadith. The worst container. The worst container that the son of Adam can fill is his stomach. The worst container. Who's speaking here? Who's speaking here? Who's speaking? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Where does he get that information from? The Creator. So the Creator is telling you, oh human being, this is how you perform and work best when it comes to the aspect of food. So by default, think of your stomach as the worst thing that you can fill. What do we see in the Muslim world? If you get up from a dining table without your stomach being full, it's shameful. I don't know what that's got to do with Islam. But it's a problem in the thought process. Let's finish the hadith. The worst container that the son of Adam can fill is his stomach. Prophet ﷺ continues to say, بِحَسْبِ ابْنِ آدَمَ لُقَيْمَاتٍ يُقِمْنَ صُلْبَهِ فَإِنْ كَانَ لَا مَحَالْ فَثُلُثٌ لِطَعَامِهِ وَثُلُثٌ لِشَرَابِهِ وَثُلُثٌ لِنَفَسِهِ. So Prophet ﷺ explains how the human body, when it comes to diet, works best. Don't go paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for people at the gym or trainers. Listen to this formula that comes from the Creator. It is enough for the son of Adam to have small bites frequently to keep him going. Small what? Small bites frequently. You hear that now?